welcome to this post-match press conference. It was the MTN8 final, and we just witnessed SuperSport United being crowned champions in the 2019 MTN8 final. I'm joined here by Coach Owen Da Gama, coach of Melaki.
Yeah.
Who is on the losing side today, and just your thoughts.
Yeah, apologies for my throat, guys, but I'll give it my best shot. Good evening, everybody. First and foremost, guys, congratulations to SuperSport. They worked hard, played well, but I still believe that we created a lot of chances. And if you don't take your chances in a final like this, it comes back to haunt you. But in saying that, a force changed early in the game with Lisenya Ramaraka. I think it was rather unfortunate. As you know, Williams got a red card. We had to take a midfielder in Williams, not to look for any excuses. Euster had to go play as a left back, but I thought he did very, very well. For me, same story. Great opportunity for the boys to play in a cup final. They can go back and learn and grow. And I didn't want them to come in after we received our medals. I wanted them to stand there and witness what it feels like to be a champion. And I wanted them to applaud SuperSport. Because at the end of the day, guys, it's all a learning curve, and we're all sportsmen, and we've got to take it on the job. So I think they've grown, they've learned a lot, and I think there are better things to come. But the journey continues for us.
Thank you, Coach. Let's now take questions from the floor. We start with Vuyo.
Coach, Vuyo from Power FM.
Yeah.
Just out of this game, despite the fact that you didn't win tonight, something obviously positive is coming out of this. Looking at the odds in this tournament for you guys, what are you taking out of this? What are you taking out for your players from this as the biggest learning curve?
Yeah, I think you've got it spot on. The question is a it's a question to answer itself. It's a learning curve for us, great learning curve for the boys, great experience. We will get there one day again, and I think they will do better. But just a great learning curve. I remember our first season with Silver Stars. We got to the Coca-Cola Cup final. We lost 2-0 to Chiefs, but that made us a better team. We kept on growing and growing. Got a lot of young boys in the team, and I'm sure it's just a growth period. It's part of the journey for us to get the team where we believe we can get it.
Mini?
Coach Minenji Killer from Newsroom Africa. Just to continue from there, you said earlier in the week that back then there was so much put into that game, and then you didn't want your players to do the same thing this time around. Now, the shortfalls, you said after that, you lost like 4 games in a row. Just how you were going to this time around try to avoid those shortfalls where players put so much mentally into this game and it didn't work out, and there isn't a slump with all the great work you've done so far for the season?
Yeah, I think it's a very good question. I think we've got to pick ourselves up. We've got to do a lot of introspection and see where we made mistakes, where we can improve, and just try and be a better team, and not take this like the end of the world. This is the start of a journey for us, as far as we're concerned. It's a great start, and we just have to continue the journey. We still believe that getting the team right, it's not a destination, it's a journey, it's a process. And this is just one of those speed bumps, those hiccups that you get. For us, we've learned now how to lose in a final. We know what it is to lose in a final. So we've just got to grow from that. And whether you lose in a final or you lose in a league game, for us it's the same. You've lost. But I always come back to my players and I say, I'm such a positive human being. That I always believe that you don't lose, you win or you learn. And I think we've learned a lot. And we'll take a lot out of this. We'll grow. we've tasted it. A lot of teams that have been many years in the PSL that haven't tasted what we've tasted in such a short period. So all credit must go to the players. They've done fantastically well, and we'll keep on learning. For us, it's a learning curve. We just keep on learning.
Oh no, you got a question.
Okay, let's move on. Let's go to Temba, Charles, and Kuris.
Temba Solana, Joseph and Sports. Adla coach, on paper, you came in as underdogs for those people who don't actually watch your games, if I may just add on that. But for probably myself and my other colleagues here, we know that it was almost on par. Losing on 1-0 should give your boys great confidence knowing that they've created so many chances. Now, the recovery after this, coach, where do you start as Owen Da Gama?
Yeah, I think what I liked about the boys is that they were very disappointed. They were very, very disappointed. And that's a good sign to me. You know, they were not just laughing and enjoying the moment we played there. They're very down. So yes, we've got 2 weeks, 1.5 weeks now to pick them up. We've got to start again, get back to the drawing board, try and fix up where we can fix up, try and learn from this experience. And I don't know, if we look at the amount of chances that we created, I don't know. I really don't know, eh? But I think in the first 10 minutes, we could have been 2-3-0 up. But it was rather unfortunate. It didn't happen. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. The Almighty has got a reason for everything that happens in life. And we believe there's a reason for this. And this time, it's for SuperSport. And I'm very happy for Kaitana, as I said from the beginning, from a captain to an assistant coach to head coach. And he's won it. So I'm very happy for Kaitana Tembo.
Charles.
Charles from Ladies, coach, well done for reaching the final. The timing of the break now is leading to the FIFA International break. Has it come at the right time? And how do you intend to use it to side the players? They are down and they really wanted this. We saw how they fought on the pitch. So it's that time where they'll be reflecting on this defeat. Take us through that process.
Yeah, I think what we've got to do, we've got to give them 2 days off. We'll give them some time off. Let them just, it's the heat of the moment. You can't go and start shouting at players. You will go there now and congratulate them. They really deserve it. They've done very, very well. I thought in some moments we're really on top. We're really on top of the game. But I think a combination of maybe experience, maybe a bit of nerves. I don't know. But I just think it was not our day. I mean, with the amount of chances we create, we'll go back. We'll allow them to go. We'll give them 2 days off. Let them go and think about it themselves. Let us also think about it, and we come back refreshed, and we'll sit down with them and we'll talk about it. And we're a team where we allow players to talk. We allow them to express themselves, and they'll come back and let them open up, and let them open up their feelings and talk. And I think as a collective, we'll come back and we'll find a plan how to regroup. Our first game is against Sundowns, as you know. It's going to come quick and fast. Sundowns, Amazulu, and Orlando Pirates in the space of 6 days. So I think it's going to come quick and fast. And I'm actually happy because the quicker it comes, the quicker we can start moving on.
Coach, Christoph from Vision View Sports Radio. Coming into this game, SuperSport would have counted on their big players, the likes of Gabuza and even Mugwena to come through for the team, and they did, combining for that goal that ultimately won the game for them. From your side, your big player, obviously been one of the best players since the season began, Peter Shalulile. How desperate were you coming into this game to have him at the top of his game in this particular game?
Yeah, I think Peter has been wonderful for the team. He's a leading scorer in the Absa Premier League, but we don't put pressure on him. It's about the collective. It's about Shalulile and Doro. It's just about the collective. And also Mbata. We just felt that Mbata was playing too wide. He was playing too wide. We allow him to go wide when we defend, but when we attack, he's got to come in. And I think we got it wrong in that, and that isolated Peter a little bit. I Sean Mohaila did very well for a youngster coming in. He exposed them with his pace at the back, but I think time got the better of him, and once they got their goal, it just lifted them, and they became more and more confident in their defense. And maybe with hindsight, we could have brought on Tabo Matlafi, who's similar type of player like Mbata and Mohaila. We should have brought on more pace. I think we should have brought on more pace, but we almost did it. I mean, the one that Ndoro had a shot at goal there that was so close. But unfortunately, as I said, it was not our day in the office today.
Okay, we're wrapping up now. Karabo, Velile, last question. Karabo is here.
Good evening, Coach. Quite unlucky with the result. I'm sorry for that. But just going back to certain players, I mean, Mohala as well, you said terrific player, 24 years of age. Is there any particular reason why you took him out? Was he starting to tire? Because, I mean, the pace that he has was absolutely phenomenal for your side, but you took him out, I think, 65th minute. And Mbalo as well, a bit of an off day for him. Any, explanation from your side in terms of why Mbalo was not the player that we know him, that he can be on his day?
Yeah, I think he had a double duty to do. I mean, we know for a fact that Dean Furman, his distribution from midfield, he makes them tick. And we pushed up Mbala onto him, so that Mbala could be closer into attack. Mohaila, the reason for taking him off, I just thought we needed a little bit of experience. It's a cup. You needed a big match temperament. Maybe he lacked a little bit of that, but I think he's grown as a player after today. But we thought we'd bring in a bit of experience in Ndoro. He always finds the space, and he did find the space on 2 occasions, on the far post and the one that he had a shot at goal. So it was just unfortunate that it didn't work. But sometimes you try and change things around for the better of the team. And we just thought with his experience, he'll come and help us. And I think Ndoro did come, and he put a bit of a threat. He created a bit of a threat, which we thought would unleash Shalulile a little bit.
Okay, last question, Velile.
Okay. Coach, Harry, on the result, just looking at your approach tonight, would you look at having Mahlangu and Bule as one of the players that would say they worked perfectly on the night, looking at how restricted was their attack? They ended up having to go wide because it was very difficult for them to come centrally. And also, just on Yeye, beyond today, how you plan to utilize him in this team? Because also judging by the crowd, one can tell that he's more than just a signing for what is going to happen on the pitch, but also for the pitch. Just more.
Yeah, I think you're very right. I think we wanted to sort of contain them to sort of negate or nullify them in the midfield with Lucky Boy Mokwena on Mokwena, or vice versa. Whoever the deeper player is, Lucky Boy pick up, and whoever the second midfielder. We do. It's nothing to do with man-to-man marking. Just with the deeper of the two, whether it's Mokwena or Mule, Lucky Boy would pick up, and then obviously the more advanced player, Mahlangu, would pick him up. And unfortunately, there were times when Lucky Boy dropped a little bit too deep and allowed them to play. But you've got to understand that Lucky Boy is a right back, and when Makaula got injured, we converted him to that position, and he's done relatively well there. So it was just rather unfortunate that it didn't work out 100%. But I thought they did well under the circumstances. With Yeye, I think Yeye is an exciting player. It's his first game, that he came on as a sub. I think there are bigger things to come. I think Yeye in a more advanced position behind the strikers up there, I think he's going to unleash a lot of good passes for the Mpatas and the Shauliles Highlands and all these players up front. I think he's got a great eye. But I think we'll play him in a more advanced position because he is very creative. That's where we want him. We don't want chasing back and defending and dropping too deep back, which he did on one or two occasions. And you don't blame him because he wanted us to play. He wanted us to play. But unfortunately, maybe he isn't settled in enough yet. So we'll allow him to settle. For us, it's a process. There are bigger things. This was a big thing for us, but we believe there are bigger things to come as well. But it's all a journey. It's all a process. So yes, I think will add a lot of impetus and quality into the team.